Yo, so it's Nate right here. I'm joined with Young Killer. You gotta introduce yourself, bro. All right, so look, we got a lot to go over today. I actually wrote up a little notepad of what I'm gonna go over in this video. It's actually gonna be a relatively quick video because I know everybody has been asking for updates and such. Honestly, I didn't write a script or nothing. Like, I want to get to it as quick as possible and like provide as much as information. So first thing was, why did the game not release on November 12th? Also, I can put in brackets like here, why haven't you released any updates as well? Updates or said anything. Okay, so essentially, it's really one reason why the game didn't fully release on November 12th. So basically, the game's initial release was to be October 31st. Everything was pretty much going to plan with that release, but I really did get caught up in relative school stuff. I had school midterms, which really threw off the track by like probably 2 weeks, honestly. So that's why I gave the release date for November 12th. And I honestly thought I could get it out by November 12th, with the assumption that I could just really grind after my midterms. But sometimes that's not really how life works. Sometimes things come in unexpectedly, and obviously like you got to deal with them. So for me, in my case, I had a lot of interviews to prep for. I'm currently like a university student, so like internships is like really big for me. So essentially it was like, either I don't study and prep for these interviews and potentially lose out on a job opportunity in the future, or I spend a lot of time on a Roblox game that I'm developing as a hobby for fun that's completely free, that will always be there in the future. So obviously like it's a lot smarter of a choice to, you know, focus on the more important aspect and like actually prep for these interviews. So because of that, I just wasn't able to work that whole week and a half or 2 weeks. And honestly, like I was so out of it to the point where I didn't even want to look at Discord or like look at Roblox in general. I know a lot of people were like, oh, like he's not even on the, like he's not even responding to anybody in the chat. I'm assuming there's a lot of people like asking questions in the chat, but I honestly was so focused on like prepping that I didn't even open Discord. Like I literally, the thought of opening Discord at the time was like, it was just not even a question for me. So I remember I actually came back to the chat today, literally for the first time, and I seen that my mods literally put that the game broke. PSA, the game didn't break. I literally was just prepping. I was just not really in the mood to develop at the time. But I'm not gonna lie, yo, W mods for trying to save the community, but nah, the game is not broken. Like the game is literally in fine state. I've been developing it today. It'll go smoothly. I just wasn't in the headspace again. So my next question is what's next for the game? So I notice now that it's really tough for me to put dates in the future. Obviously it hasn't worked twice, so like I'm gonna learn from that mistake. I'm not gonna go ahead and put like it's gonna come out at this date, it's gonna come out this date. I think for me, I'll go ahead and get it to a state where I think it's acceptable for a stress test and then release it after. So I don't want to put any dates, any hard dates, because obviously it's not really, you know, going so far so good. So I will say when I feel the game is ready for a stress test, I'll go ahead and give a notice, and like maybe like 3 or 4 days I'll open up the game for a stress test. It's really to be determined, man. I just don't know currently. It could be very short, or it could be, you know, some time. So I guess that will depend on the community in the future and like how bad people necessarily want it. The third, I guess these next things that I'll go ahead and address are a little bit, I don't know, like controversial, or people have been talking about them a lot. Honestly, I haven't seen any of this because again, I wasn't on Discord at all. Keep in mind, I was literally the past 2 weeks, I was just put away from Discord. I was just doing what I had to do like in real life. But it's come to my attention that like when I joined back, there was a lot of rumors and like hate that was coming from the videos, or that was coming from like the game, etc., because the game didn't drop. Like I need you guys to be like somewhat sensible in this scenario, because it's like you guys have to keep in mind I am a solo developer creating this like game from scratch essentially, and I have like no essential help. I'm really doing this like and keep in mind it's a free game. There's no charges. It'll be open to everybody. right? So it's not like I'm out here scamming people. I don't understand the point where at least I've been hearing that people were saying that I've been trying to scam when it's a free game. Sometimes like games do take extra time, and I've given you reasons why as to, you know, I need a little bit more time on certain aspects. I just don't understand. Like, I can see why you guys can be frustrated, but I don't think you should take out the frustration on people in my community. You guys could really send me the hate. I genuinely don't care. You guys can send me all the hate, but I don't think you should take it out on certain members of the community, because I've been seeing that like people have been cussing out like certain people I have, or certain mods or certain testers. I don't think you guys really need to do that. I think that's a bit excessive. I think we even took down the general because people was going crazy. Like, I promise you the game will come out. It's a real game. I've shown, like, I don't know how much more proof I need to show you guys know it's a real Roblox game. But I know like things take time, you know? Like, I'm trying as hard as I can, but you know, like, I have other things to do. I'm not on the computer 24/7 developing, so I hope you guys can somewhat sympathize with that. Yeah, so I think this might be the most important part of what I'm gonna get into. But keep in mind, like, I myself just figured about this like a few hours ago, so I really don't want to like dive too deep into this fourth part. But we did hear a little bit of some allegations that was put on one of our community managers in the server. Young Killer, I don't know if you want to talk about this a little bit, but like, if you want, like, you give us a little rundown. I'll go into it in a little bit, but like, oh man.
All right, so basically, we're gonna collect as much evidence as we can, and if we find out that what they're saying is true, then obviously we're gonna have to take some action against them. Me and Nate are just mainly focused on developing, so we're not particularly always in the chats and in the actual Discord server itself. But
Yeah, so like the allegations that are said are pretty crazy, honestly. But like Young Killer mentioned, it is innocent until proven guilty. So we are giving him, or not, we are, like, he wanted, I think himself, like, the chance to go up and I think kind of represent himself or like rest his case. So I think he's gonna end up doing that in our Discord. So depending on that, if the person who made the allegations could also reach out to me, or maybe we could set up something, we could figure the situation out. Like I said earlier, allegations like these are pretty crazy, and honestly, out of my pay grade. I really don't want anything to do with the situation at all. If you were to ask me, I just want to focus on developing the game. But you can't let something like this, you know, just go to rest. I've seen so many messages in my inbox of people saying, oh, did you know that you're working with this, or somebody in your chat, or somebody is this and this and that. And I just don't want to necessarily be associated, or like my community be associated with things like that, because it kind of brings down the morale. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna go on from there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything that really has to be said. If you guys have any other questions, just drop it down in the comments. I'll go ahead and respond to some of the comments of just questions that people have. I'm assuming there's going to be quite a few, but other than that, yeah, there's the update. Stay tuned, make sure you're in my Discord server. I'll post updates of what's going on with the game, updates in general for playtests. Yeah, that's really about it. It's been your boy Nate. Yeah, I'm about to head out.